here we are again today. Today is the 21st of the 12th. And I'm here with Claudio.
Hey, Karen.
Hey,
How
hello
you doing?
Claudio. Well, we haven't had a hangout for a little while, and it's always good to catch up with you coming up to the end of the year. And you want to talk about solstice, don't you? And
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about that, sure.
Egyptians. So I'm going to put this little video on. I was just going to turn the volume off. Yes, Claudio. So the video is going to start playing. Here it goes. So, which bit do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about what's happening in the sky right now.
Go on
Yeah,
then.
the beautiful solstice. The solstice is when the sun stands still. That's what the word solstice means, right? It's a beautiful thing. And we call it winter and summer, but the southern solstice and the northern solstice, because the southern solstice is when the sun is in the furthest south, which means it's away from pure love that's in the middle. So everybody feels this. Doesn't matter that who's got spring and who's got winter or summer, fall, based on being in the north or the south. But this is the south solstice. So the sun is traveling further away from love, mother love. So it's symbolic for us all as it's now doing this turning point, and it's going back north again towards love, the point in the middle. So I know if you look at the Gleason map, it's very obvious that this is happening. So, and then Eris, which is Mother Mary, which is the one that caused this whole thing for the whole world to try to be loving again, the Phoenix rising, she goes direct on January the 11th. So it's a reminder for the sun, us, to start moving north towards the point in the middle where we're at love with everybody and everything. And so it's time to mend relationships. That's what everybody's going through right now. We're being squeezed. We're being squeezed for our karmic past, every single one of us. And so what we got to do is a 5-step forgiveness process. But it applies to everybody. And it's a beautiful thing. It's in some of our videos there, this 5-step forgiveness process. But basically, the southern solstice, as it does its turning point, it's a reminder for us. It's like the spiral coming out. If you picture a record player going in, but also going out. Well, it's reached its outermost, and now it's going back to in. And so it's an ebb and flow. And the forgiveness process is kind of really easy. But the forgiveness process is about us being
Oh, that's
at
today
the
then,
helm of the
Claudio. Solstice is today.
Yes, so today's a turning point. The sun stood still, and that means we are supposed to be sitting still and observing everything around us, because everything around us is because of us. It's very important. It's a very important day for all of us to understand that we are the one that makes the waves. We are the one that sits on the throne. We haven't posted this video yet, but we talked about what royalty is. Royalty is you. You are the owner of your world, and you are the creator of your world by the actions we do. So it's very powerful when we sit there and think and understand, because when Mary goes direct on January the 11th, that means everybody's got to walk the walk, talk the talk, and all the things we've been learning about as far as love and forgiveness.
That's my son's
Have you ever heard of
birthday.
Oh my God, that's so powerful.
My youngest son's birthday,
Wow.
that is.
Wow, that means he's aligned with Mother Mary moving direct. That is,
I think
Mary
he's quite
is not
happy.
a
I think he's
literal
quite happy
person.
in his life at the moment.
Awesome. Because Mother Mary is not a literal person. It's divine love. It's that divine child within that's always reaching out to us. And it's always attracting what we need to learn. So everything around us is our experience. That's what's written on the Egyptian walls. To sit on that throne, the heart has got to be as light as a feather, because in the next scene on the weighing of the heart ceremony is you sitting on the throne with the crook and the flail. And the crook and the flail are the Urim and Thummim in the Bible, which basically means your self-harvesting tool. So if you want to be sovereign, you got to pass the weighing of the heart ceremony. And once you become sovereign, truly sovereign, see, we all want to be sovereign with a piece of paper and writing to the government, but it won't work unless you're sovereign in the heart. In order to be sovereign, you have to pass the 4 gates. And that's the 4 gates of the royal stars. So each one of them have a meaning. It'll be in our next video if we want to hang out again and talk about it. But it's really important that, have you heard of the Ono the one, the Hawaiian forgiveness thing? Karen, ever heard of that one?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so the Hawaiians have this forgiveness process. So it's an ancient thing. So they understood what I'm saying about this process. But the biggest thing that people don't realize is the first step. And the first step is because of me. It's my karma. It's my waves. So the only way to get your life to change, and I'm speaking to everybody, and I'm speaking to myself because I do this all the time, and people that are taking this advice, their life changes overnight, some of them. Some of them that are a little bit deeper rooted, they got to say it over and over again. And the first step has to be, forgive me. Forgive me. So I ask everybody in the audience to please forgive me, Claudio, for not being the man I should have been in this life and previous lives, because everything that happens to me is because of me. I'm the one that throws the pebble in the pond that creates the wave that comes back and hits me in the ankles. So I am the pebble. I am the thrower of the pebble. I am the water, and I am the actions that create against me. So when you own that process, that everything that you experience in life is because of you, the first step to cleansing is forgive me. Then it's gratitude give gratitude to the people that are delivering the karma, because they're showing you how to get back to pure love and change your whole, everywhere you go, everything works out for you. And then the next step is to forgive them. So the first thing people always say, I've forgiven them, but that's the third step. You can't get there with that, because the first step is forgive me. See, we're stuck in the Hatfields and the McCoys over lives. It's no different than a boxing match, real time, punch, 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 giving karma back and forth. But it is now that we have to have that revelation. And it's very clear on the Egyptian walls and in the Bible. The Bible says it's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, but we think it's only of this life. But no, it's across lives. So that sun doing its turning point is perfect timing for you to have this hangout, Karen, on this solstice, because the sun is now moving towards a point in the middle. And as it goes towards a point in the middle, it's going to feel love. And love comes also with tough love, because the tough love is what guides us to, ooh, if they're showing me that, if they're doing this to me that doesn't feel good, it's because of me. Law of attraction, two magnets coming together. They're showing me what I need to change in my waters. If you look at Emoto, when Emoto talks to water and then freezes it, some of them are crystal clear and some of them are muddy. So the muddy waters is still there from past lives. And could be this life too, obviously. And the only way to clear it, forgive me for ever doing that in the past. You don't have to dwell in it, change it, repaint it. Not repent sounds like repaint, kind of the same thing. You have to repaint what you want it to be. So if it's my brother that I'm not doing well with, which my brother challenges me all the time, but so I always ask him for forgiveness. He looks at me in confusion. Why are you asking me for forgiveness? Just because I obviously did that to you in a previous life. I can talk to my brother that way. You can't talk to everybody that way. So if you can't talk to the person, you do it while you're at home, at any time. Clear your mind. Don't get squirreled and say, forgive me, brother, for doing things that I shouldn't have done. Forgive me for, and don't picture them. Forgive me for not being the brother I should have always been. And then picture hugging him. And they feel that. I've had a lady that I've helped. Her and her brother not seen eye for a long time, and nothing good to say about each other. She did this process, and the next day, he called her and asked her for forgiveness, because love is the ether. It's instantaneous action at a distance. It's felt everywhere, instantaneously around the world. And then everybody's heart will never deliver karma to you again because you've cleared it. It's your world.
Yes, this is just what you were telling me, Claudio, wasn't it, before we came on to actually have this hangout. So, thank you, Claudio.
Yeah, but everybody's feeling it. I'm getting people calling from all over that they're not understanding why things are happening to them, and it's very evident in their chart. You don't need an astrologer. I could show you the magic that it's in your chart if you really wanted to see it. But I'm telling to the people that are listening, All you got to do is this love forgiveness process. But it's got to start with you, because you are the owner of your actions, of your world. Everybody is a universe. You've heard that before, right, Karen?
Yeah.
Everybody is their own goddess, their own god of their world. On the Egyptian walls, when somebody's sitting on the throne, that wasn't a king or a queen. No, they're showing how you get to that. How do you get to that throne? That's the ticket.
Yeah, you've got to know yourself quite well for all that, though, haven't you, Claudio? Because a lot of people don't know who they are at all.
Yeah, and how you get to know yourself is watch how people treat you around you, because that's how you were in a previous life. I've seen it all. I've cleansed all mine. I still get more. They keep coming to remind me. See, this summer solstice, this southern solstice is very important, because at Kina, Egypt, where all things stem, at this, the four royal stars, the four watchers of the gates of heaven. In other words, how do you get to that point in the middle? You can't get there without love. And here's the four royal stars, what they mean. Formula out of Aquarius, which is John the Baptist, is self-forgiveness. Regulus, which is Leo, is compassionate bravery. That means when you're compassionate and full of love, you can be brave because your way is paved. Your karma is only going to be good now, so you can be brave everywhere you walk. People will be hugging you and helping you and just ensuring that your path is 100% clear. Scorpio, Antares, here's a big one. Transcendent abstinence. This emphasizes the mastery over the lower desires and the transformation of our physical energy into spiritual growth. This transcendent abstinence means abstain in all those Scorpio non-loving vibrations. And then Taurus, Aldebaran, the last of the four watchers, they're four bright stars, about as bright as Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. Aldebaran is nurturing stability, to become grounded, nurturing, providing support and a solid foundation. So when we do these, you're passing. You're passing the gates, and then your whole way is paved for you. That's what this whole solstice is about, and that's what Christmas is about. On that video it says, "Hey, Ma, this is Christ. Christ, Ma. Are you not Christ?" Do you realize that there are many verses in the Bible that tell us that we are the gods? There's no question about it. We are gods.
Yes, I had a hangout about many verses there. That was in a bit of a hangout that we were having the other day, the one that I sent you. But yeah.
Well, Psalm 82:6 says, "I said, ye are gods."
Here, yeah. There's loads of us then, yeah, Claudio.
We are.
And that's why we're royal.
I'm sorry?
That's why we're royal, isn't it? But I said there's loads of us here.
Right.
Loads of gods.
The book of Psalms also has chapter 46:10. Be still and know that I, God, see, I am God, will be exalted among the nations. And we're going to talk about coronation. I will be exalted in the earth, within the earth. We know we're within the earth, right? So look at the word coronation. Coronation is to be royal. To be royal means to absolutely be immersed in love. The word coronation has C-O-R, cor, which means heart. It has the word oro in it, which is gold. And that's natio, which means birth. And coronation has the word corona, enlightenment. So the only way to sit upon your throne is to be immersed in love. Immersed. No words, no actions, no nothing. Because everything we do, and when we're resisting all these people that are doing these karmic things to us, and we keep talking about them, we're just letting them live in the next life, because we are infinite and we will be back. We're infinite. That's what the Egyptian walls teach us. We left that message for us. We got to be immersed in it. every day be immersed in it.
Yes.
If we're not, it's just going to keep biting us in the ass every day. So here's how it works. People go out and they get treatments, and the vibration in these energy healers, it does work. But what they're doing is pushing that karmic energy wave, the not good one, away from you. And that happens just temporarily, because when that alignment comes back around in your chart, it hits you again. So those people are going to keep making money, and you're going to keep going back, because that karmic water, the emotal waters are muddy. And if you can't see, then you can't see. So your eyes are muddied. Your third eye is muddied, because we can't see that it's all about love. People are changing. So many people are doing this. Myself and many around me are doing this, and it's absolutely invigorating to watch the whole world change for you.
We do sort of forget that word quite a lot, don't we? The love word.
Yeah.
I suppose if
Yeah,
you're caught up in that world, you know, the other world, then it doesn't have emotions, does it? And I mean, if you watch the news, all you're watching is horrible stuff all the time.
And which is muddying your own waters,
Yeah.
and it's going to carry with you to the next life.
It's just keeping a lot of people in fear.
Right. And the Regulus is about compassionate bravery. When you're immersed in love and you don't let any of those silly vibrations that other people are trying to put in front of us, which is our karma, and when we deny them entering our eyes, entering our ears, entering our being, we clear our own waters. When you see something that is not beautiful, reimagine it for those people. You're helping them. Because we have to help everyone, because if it's in our world, it's ours.
Can I ask you something? The video's moved on a tiny bit, but you were showing petrified trees and now they're rocks.
Right. We're infinite. That's from Hangman 1128.
Yeah, I've used one of his videos before. The only thing is, right. Our Melted Reality channel, he said this is how he got into the melted reality. He says that works for him there because there's loads of trees. And you can see like they've cut them and laid them down on their sides, and then it's turned into a wall of stone now. But our Melted Reality said that doesn't work where he is. But it is a melted reality. But that's just something different. But I like that guy, Hangman.
Yes.
I mean, when you see that, it's so obvious it was trees. They were trees. Those were.
Right. So it's more proof we're infinite, and it's more proof of the ebb and flow, because there's another video in there.
Do you know what I was just thinking when the video was on, Claudio? It was good that they were trees, but they've now turned to stone. And if everything turns to stone, we won't be able to live here. We need the green, we need the trees, we need the grass, we need the animals.
It's an infinite process that always will be green, and will always have the old remains there for us. That's our memory. It's always beautiful. It's impossible not be. There's no such thing as chaos. Everything is divine timing. You can see it in the charts. You can see it in astrology. We are infinite, and we're having a human experience. We're spirits having a human experience. But guess what? On November 27th, we're in the age of Aquarius. That's John the Baptist. That's the forgiveness of sins. Sin is another word for sine wave. It's a wave. It's your karmic wave. So we're there now. Now we're being reeled out. We have to be less human.
Do you want to know another thing? As you said, the 27th of November, it actually came up on your video exactly at the time you said the 27th.
Sync.
There you go. That's perfect.
Right
Perfect
now.
timing,
I can't see
Claudio.
it. I can't see it. So
I'm playing one of Claudio's videos, but Claudio is talking to me, and I'm playing the video while he's talking, so he hasn't seen it. But that was quite crazy. The 27th came up. You'll see when if you watch it on the Hangout, you'll see it came up. Carry on, sorry,
and
Claudio.
On your chart, on your chart right now, Karen?
Yeah, now it's back. Feast of Immaculate Conception, 8th of December, 12 days of adjustment, November the 27th.
So right now, watch this. Right now, Icarus is setting for your time zone in your city. So Karen, this is very beautiful because it's about wings, your wings. So everybody that's listening, the message is exactly when she said about the 27th and I said about the 27th, the wings, Icarus, the boy who flew too close to the sun and burned in love, it all works out. You get your wings back, the wings we've always had as spirits having this human experience. So we're in the age of Aquarius now, November 27th. Genesis 3:15 happened in the sky. Mary, which represents your inner divine child, your throne, has to step on those snakes. So Mary stepping on the snake is in almost every church around the world. She marks the clock. That's the Saros cycle, the north and south node, which travels around the zodiac every 18 points. And if 30 of those is 558, which is a phoenix rising. We're there now. We have to start forgiving each other. If you don't, your world closes in on you. Everything around you is going to start falling apart because you won't listen to your own inner child showing you what you need to change. And all you got to do is that 5-step forgiveness process and really understand that it was me that did this in the past. And then time served. Just like in the real world, you go in front of the judge and you say, I'm guilty, I'm sorry, boom, hits the gavel, time served, you're released. It happens in the spirit world too. But we're on this cusp, and Mother Mary, when she goes direct on January 11th, she's going to demand love. Again, it's not a literal, it's your inner divine child that says, look, if you want to continue on, you got to do this. Or else it's just going to keep squeezing in on you. And if people that don't, then they'll leave the visible and they'll pop out another womb and they'll start all over again.
Right. Sorry, the MrOfficial.com is playing. So you've had 2 songs in here. The second one, what's the second one about then? Because we obviously can't play it.
It's just all beautiful about our spirituality. It's got a beautiful message.
Right. Well, at least you explained it anyway. People can go and listen to the song if they want to.
The song is called Healing Waters. How do you heal your waters? They're your waters, nobody else's. And your waters, according to you, when you go see Dr. Emoto, you can see 100% that it's all about the love. Because if you're spewing off non-loving words all day long, what are you doing to your waters? You're making them muddy. And when the waters are muddy, when love comes around, it's going to affect you. It's going to deliver karma. It's going to show you what you need to change. So the physics is all there, and the metaphysics equals physics. Just ask Ken Wheeler. I have so much gratitude for him, and including Santos for teaching me the astrology. Albeit we need to understand that we were using the wrong ephemeris, but we're using the right one now. So hopefully Santos has switched. Anyway, the lyrics to that song is very beautiful. I just pulled them up so I can remember, but it's all about healing your waters. When will the lion, that's the ego, lie down with the beautiful lamb, the God within, the Christ within, the mother within, divine love, the ether, whatever you want to call it, it's love. We use too many words, but we don't use love. We use God, we use Brahman, we use Buddha, we use spirituality, consciousness, raising, but what we don't use is love. Love is the answer. And when we use love, our water clears. And then our whole path changes. It really is so simple, but our ego fights us. Why? The ego is nothing more than our memories of the past, our karmic waves, good and not good. So when we don't
it's okay to have an ego, because if you didn't have one of those, you wouldn't be able to get out of bed. But it's how we use our ego, isn't it?
Well, there's no such, in Ken's view, in Ken's teachings, in Ken's reiterating of what the past has told him, there is no such thing as an ego, because the ego is, we're driven egotistically based on our past actions, so it's karma. Ego is another word for karma. There is no life to that ego, it's just a wave that we've left behind. And until we accept that we are the wave maker, good and not good, then we can't grow. And the only way to squash that snake, because the snake is representative of a sine wave, which is a sin wave, until we squash that with love, like noise-canceling headphones, the love actions, the love words, the love images that we send squashes those snakes. So it's a metaphor. You don't go step on a snake, and we got to step on the waves. But the snake is the reminder that it's the wave, because it makes that sine wave symbol. The Egyptian walls are full of all the animals. The word anima means soul. The animals are our soul guides. When an animal does something, it's given us a sign. Every single one of them. And when you start tuning in with love, man, they support you, guide you. It's so crazy beautiful and divine timing. It's invigorating. And that's what we're upon. So don't miss out. You're going to be back. It doesn't matter. You'll be born again with that karma, good and not good, but you'll be born where people are going to be around you to help you, because we haven't been helped because of the Piscean age. There is no they, it's mass karma. There is no such thing as a war, it's mass karma. When I go do people's charts, you can see when they leave the visible. If somebody were to ask me, when am I going to leave the visible? It says, it's up to you. Because the Ceres in the charts is your own personal happy reaper. She's happy to take you out because it's just you taking yourself out because you're not aligning with the path to get back to love. So we come back. We're infinite. It's absolutely beautiful. But the game has changed. The game is tightened. Now we're in Aquarius. We're demanding love. And love is being demanded of us. And instant karma starts showing up in our life. And it's a reality because when I do people's chart, you can see it. Do you need to get your chart done?
We just got to change the video. 1 second, we've got to change the video now. Just going to put, there you go, Claudio's little video. Go on then, Claudio, 3 minutes.
All right.
The plague of 1518.
Right, so there was a dancing plague where people were just basically being electrocuted.
Oh.
So when Neptune, and you get these large vibrations, you don't know how to ground. So these people were dancing uncontrollably so long that many of them just died. They couldn't stop moving. And they were dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing. So I went and looked at that time frame, and you can see the alignments, and that's what's in this video. So astrology is really real. It's very real, but you got to know how you're doing it. If anybody wants to know, it's easy. It's sidereal. What's exactly happening in the sky. It's Lahiri, which you set the spica at 0 Libra, 12 equal houses, 12 equal zodiac signs, and the first house at 0 Aries arise. And when you start doing that and understand each one of the glyphs, it becomes really simple. So this dancing plague is just more proof that you can go back and see the alignments in the stars. So those people were getting karma. For some reason, they didn't use energy in the right way. Why does it happen all in one area? Well, we karma. So when a lot of people leave the visible, they go there not knowing that they're not on their karmic path. If they change with love, they will leave that area or they won't dance. So it's the same thing with everything. You can do people's charts that have left the visible and go see when they leave, but it's a choice. I could have left 3 times in my life. And Ceres is there. But you can choose not to go. But you got to have the wisdom and the knowledge that love keeps you here if you want to stay. Or you can go and come back. It's totally up to you.
So what was Mickey's?
But the Egyptian walls.
What was Mickey's then? Because he loved me. He wouldn't have wanted to have left me.
Oh, I thought we weren't going to talk about you. Sorry.
I just meant that bit though. He wouldn't have wanted to have left me though. I mean, I know that's what happened. It was a blockage in his heart, but what does that mean then?
It means it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Something's trying to wake somebody up. Sometimes people will leave the visible to help another person. Not directly knowing, but in their charts. Because everything around us is our sign. I'll be back with you again, 100%. This I know. So everything around us is a sign for us to wake.
So sorry, just back to this dancing plague actually happened then?
100%.
Oh.
The next one called How's Your Waters, if you're going to play that one, I'm not pulling it up, but I'm just pulling up the
Yeah.
the static.
I was just waiting for this. Should we just put it on then, Claudio? This one's nearly finished now. Should we put the... Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so the next... Well, we're going to talk a little bit about this video then, Claudio. 6th of December.
Yeah,
How's Your Waters?
Yeah, can you pause it? Yeah, can you pause it when it's on those two people?
Yeah. Paused.
Okay, so we're still recording, but right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the person on the left-hand side, the clear one, this is one that's full of love. So when there's an alignment that comes by that's going to clear you, it invigorates you. It makes you even more full of love. The person on the right, that's the one that's not loving. It's the modal waters. They're constantly saying things that aren't loving. They're watching TV that's not loving, and they're immersed in non-loving. So when an alignment comes, they cleanse. It's in their chart. So you can see the one on the right, the ripples are more smooth, a little more peaceful. The one, because we're here, we're making waves, right? But if they're loving waves, they're beautiful. And the guy on the right, he's full of fires, constantly in fires, constantly in states of mind where they can't resolve things. They're constantly, the Mars will do that.
Right.
Right now, Mars and Ceres and the Sun were in Scorpio, and people that reached out, man, they were being cleansed like you have no tomorrow, and I could see it all in their chart. So when we're not loving the muddy waters, when the light comes to here, and when love comes to cleanse us, some people get cleansed, some people don't, based on your natal chart, based on what you've done with free will. And you have the free will every day to allow what comes in your mind, what comes out your mouth, what comes out your actions. When we are immersed in love, we're going to be the guy on the right. If you're the guy on the left, if you're the muddy guy, and that depends on which way your screen is. If you're the muddy guy full of waters, the only way to get it clear is with the 5-step forgiveness process. Owning that you are the one creating the waves and the waters that come back to find you. But you can see it's not affecting the guy to the right. Can't affect him. He's full of love.
He's on the left, that one.
This is karma.
But yeah, I think people get the idea of what he says. Said it right at the beginning, Claudio.
Yeah, the clear one on the left, yeah. Okay, so you're seeing it. So the guy on the left ain't going to be affected by it. But he's going to stand next to them and tell them, hey, all you got to do is love, but you got to forgive. You got to forgive yourself because you created the waves to begin with. That's the part people don't get in the Ho'oponopono in Hawaii. You can't forgive people. That's not the first step. That's the third step. It's you first you got to forgive because we're the Hatfields and the McCoys across the waters, across the lives. And that's the ego dragging us through it. We're going to get squirreled because our old ways will keep trying to come back to find us. But for pure, it goes right through us and it gets squashed. That's where the loving images comes in. So I imagine everyone who is feeling like the one on the right, I'm imagining them being the one on the left because I want to help them. And the way to help them is imagining them being that pure water. See, water is unmanifested love. That's the ether. The water and the air is the closest things to the ether because they're invisible. They're unmanifest. And the only way to manifest something new is with love. And when we do this, it clears.
Yes, Claudio.
It's simple physics, right?
Yes. I feel a bit more like the one on the right, but I'm just, I'm quite upset about Mickey.
Well, but it's not a race. It's not a competition.
At the moment.
There's still things that come to me that still challenge me.
A few weeks ago when Mickey was here, I was the one on the left.
Right. Because there was no alignments in your chart to cleanse you. So when I feel like the guy on the right, watch this. When I feel like the guy on the right, I go look at my chart. There it is. There's the alignment.
Yeah.
It's cleansing me. I immediately say, forgive me for not being the man, the brother, the uncle, the father in all my previous lifetimes. I then jump into my grandfather's shoes, my grandmother's shoes, my aunts, my uncle, and I start playing them, asking for forgiveness to their spouses, to their kids, because we are Atlas. We own our world. We own the karmic chain. So the deeper you go to hold up the whole world for all your relatives and go do that forgiveness process, you're clearing the whole chain. Your world changes. You become sovereign. No courts will ever call you no more. This is how you get out of the law, the illegal legalities, because they're just delivering your karma. But once you do this cleansing process, no policeman's ever going to pull you over. If they do, they're trying to tell you that you should be home for a while. Take a time out. You gotta forgive the police officer for delivering your karma. You gotta repaint that he pulled you over just to say, hey, just wanted to say Merry Christmas to you and your family, Karen.
That date you've got up there on the 7th, Mickey was buried on the 4th of December.
There's no coincidences in life.
No. Yeah, sorry, so, yeah, that's good. Can I put the video on now?
Yeah, okay, I thought you restarted it again.
No, here we go. We'll just put that on. No, you carry on talking, Claudio. Just put the video back on. Yeah, well, I like that picture. It's a good representation there of someone who's calm and happy and someone who isn't.
Right, and it's us that creates lives. And we dwell in it by repeatedly stating things that are non-loving, keeping images within us that are non-loving. And if we just immerse ourselves in that forgiveness process, watch the light. Everybody out there that's listening, watch your life change. We're in the age of Aquarius. It's time. Neptune is now going through Pisces. Neptune's home is Aquarius. It went retrograde in Pisces, back to the cusp of Aquarius. Neptune is going to start delivering all the energy to people to wake them up. Remember, Neptune is lightning bolts, static electricity. When you don't feel good and you got to take painkillers, that's Neptune, 100%. It's trying to clear you. It's trying to cleanse you. It's trying to give you a sign. So our subconscious mind is now in Aquarius. Our conscious mind may still be in Pisces, and that's where Neptune's going to come and clean that right up. Neptune's going to continue right on through. Neptune will be there back and forth, retrograde and direct until 2035 in Pisces. By the end of 2035, it's going to be around that. But Neptune, and this happens from within. You can't go and put a hat on and say, no, I don't want to share my billions. I don't want to share anything. No, everybody gets cleansed. Everyone. And they're all our brothers and sisters.
Whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, it's going to happen, yeah?
Exactly. And the more we resist, the more we're shown what we got to change. And I'm not just preaching. I'm not preaching. I'm work, and it happens to me too. I'm not out of the woods yet either. Because until these alignments come up to show me what I haven't already found. But it's amazing how all my past life experiences, this life, are showing up. Oh boy.
Sorry, if you hear Floss, she's just getting excited that she's going out with Ellie, I think, and so she's barking down. Oh,
she's saying, no, the dog is saying, listen.
I'm coming.
The dog represents
Oh,
Sirius.
she didn't get taken. She didn't get taken out. She knows Ellie's going out. She wanted to... Floss! Oh, excuse me a second. She won't stop barking. Hang on. Floss! Floss!
So while Karen's doing that, Sirius is the dog star. Sirius is the metaphysical you. The sun is the physical you, and Sirius is the metaphysical you.
Sorry, the dog is going.
The dog is going.
You're taking me with you. That's what's happening. She likes car journeys, Floss. Yeah. So I like your little pictures. That's a good way. Hopefully everybody can understand that one, Claudio.
Especially if they've seen Emoto's waters. Simple physics. Stay immersed in love and you're on your throne. You're sovereign.
The next bit's saying Neptune.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, right? Neptune is coming through and it's showtime. It's showtime.
Whether you like it or not.
If your waters are clear, Neptune invigorates you. If your waters aren't clear, Neptune will cleanse you. Mars will, absolutely. But Neptune is, when people get electrocuted, when people get hit by lightning, it's Neptune. We've done many, many, many videos on that, showing people that got hit by lightning. We've done the park ranger, Roy. We've done, what's that cook's name, that chef's name that got caught with stealing money or tax evasion or whatever. What's her name?
Oh, is it she, is it? I don't know.
Yeah. You know her.
What, is she English or American?
I think she's English. I think she's a chef online on TV.
Is she got long dark hair?
Martha Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Martha Stewart was electrocuted by lightning in her house when she's washing the dishes. How the heck could that happen?
Ooh.
Because it was in her chart. You can see it. It's a sign for her. What is she doing with her energy? She's not cleansed. Neptune will find it. The thing is that it's not somebody outside of you that's doing it to you. It's you doing it to you because it's your natal chart. It's your past coming to cleanse you, give you a sign. Hey, change what you're doing. We're all going back to love in the middle. We got no choice. And that's a beautiful thing. We wouldn't want it any other way. But what we got to realize is that we are the actions. And the only way to cleanse, we wouldn't want it any other way. You can't get away with anything, even across lives. When we leave the visible, we leave exactly with what we left behind. And then we come in exactly when those alignments are there to continue on where we left off. So the Egyptians teach that, the art of transmigration. Work on your next life. While you're working on your next life to make sure it's beautiful, the current one changes. You can stay as long as you want to. We could stay as long as we wanted to in the past. Or you can go back to pure light, pure love. But to get there, you gotta be pure love. So people think, I'm not coming back. If you're not pure love, you're coming back because you've got debt. That's where taxes come in. That's where the misunderstanding of taxes on the Egyptian walls. That's not karma. it's a perfect system. I don't want to make it sound robotic, but it's a perfect system to have this 26,000 year experience going around the zodiac.
Hmm.
And Karen, your leadership qualities that are in your chart, they're beautiful.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, thank you, Claudio. Looking at my chart there, are you?
Absolutely. Your midheaven is right aligned with the 369, the 369 in Gemini. Lead forth the Mazzaroth through the ages, so you can help lead people through the zodiac. That's really important.
Oh. Oh,
But in order to gain these beautiful, because every alignment in our chart becomes strengths once we clear our muddy waters.
the bit about what's going to happen on the 11th, you said Isis is going direct.
Right, that's what we talked about a little bit earlier.
Mm.
Yep. I got to share this. It's pretty interesting that the moon is aligned Eris, Madonna, Mictecahuatl, the winged woman, while we're having this discussion. Do you see the timing?
Amazing.
Nothing's coincidence.
Is that your end?
That's for everybody. No, that's for everybody.
Right.
It's in the sky right now. In the sky right now, the moon is just past Eris. It's absolutely beautiful.
Mm.
And so for where you live, Karen,
Mm-hmm.
if anybody's in the UK, well, this is going to be pre-recorded, but a great time for anybody to state any intentions or doing that 5-step process in the UK is 7:30 p.m. tonight. Because at 7:30 p.m., the moon will be overhead. Go outside, look up, and know that the divine feminine is there, your innocent child within that wants to come out and wants to be that pure person on the left, that clear water. So the 5-step process tonight at 7:35 p.m., which is an hour's time from now, I believe, for you guys?
Yeah, about an hour.
So an hour would be a beautiful time. I mean, yeah, it would be a beautiful time for anybody to go outside and do that forgiveness process, because it's an alignment within your own internal being. And if you sincerely say, I'm not looking for forgiveness, I'm not going to think about them because that's not what I want in my life. Here's the images that I do want, but forgive me for making those waves. That's a perfect time to do it.
Yeah, I suppose in a way, sometimes we do so many things so that we don't sit with ourselves and think. And you have to do all that to do this, and we don't spend enough time
in the now.
Yeah.
In the now. Don't think past images. Don't think future images. Now. I want to work on, I want to talk to that little girl inside me, the innocent, pure, loving one. And I want to let her know that I'm clearing my waters so that she can come out. Because she's trapped inside. When I say she, I mean he. I'm talking to everybody. That little child within. And I know what that feels like because I have many, many moments every day where I feel like I'm that child again. And it's a beautiful, innocent experience. And it's happening more and more. So if you can't sit there and feel like you're going through a deja vu of this beautiful past child, then you need to do it more. You need to be centered more. You need to be loving more, because that's the ticket. That feeling is an absolute beautiful feeling.
You're just showing the volcano going, and that all the alignments were there to show that it was going to happen.
Yeah, we're doing research trying to figure out how to predict where the volcanoes erupt. So this Marapi volcano explosion, there was quite a bit of alignments that, so we're just showing our research, whether it's 100% related or not. Don't know, but we're still looking, because the stars map the lands, and the energies are from the luminaries, the wandering stars and the fixed stars, and they're 100% related. But the volcanoes represent our blood. So if we're at peace, the earth's at peace. But we're being cleansed right now. A lot of people are resisting the cleanse, so the volcanoes will explode because of us. They match us.
Since
Those
there,
aren't
another one's happened in Iceland, hasn't it?
That one just let go too, yep.
Mm.
So it's the release. So we're going to get a lot more meteor showers. We're going to get a lot more hail, volcanic hail, because that's all it is. The gases, they raise up, and just like the water, it creates hail under the right conditions. And that's where karma comes in. If you're pure love, the next door neighbor's house or everybody else's house could get nailed by hail, ice or volcanic hail, either one, and your house will be fine. Why? Because you don't need your karma anymore, the not good karma. That's the way it works. Nothing is random. Nobody can do anything to you unless it's you. It's always you. I'm not speaking to you, Karen. I'm speaking to everybody.
Yeah,
right?
I know
It's
you're
us.
being general, yeah.
Yeah, it's us. It's us. Why did that happen to me? Because it's yours. Again, we're the first one to say, oh, that beautiful thing happened to me because I'm helping all kinds of people with beautiful things, so that's why that's happening to me.
1 second, Claudio.
We're the
1
first to
second.
admit
Claudio, 1 second.
Okay.
1 second. All right,
I
here
don't
we go.
remember the little actor's name, but he used to always say, did I do that? Yeah, I did that. It's me. It's mine.
Hmm.
So again, to all the viewers that are out there, forgive me for not being the man, the brother, the mother, the father, the uncle, the sister, the brother, the friend that I should have always been. I say that to almost everybody I see.
Oh, Claudio.
What? No, but that's because I want to clear my waters, because I truly mean it, because I know what I've experienced is because of me. I see it on my chart, from my surgeries to everything. Everything is in my chart. It's because of me. And I am my great-great-great-great-grandfather come back again. So it's because of him, which was me.
Hmm.
So to clear the karmic chain, because if I don't do it, my kids wear it. If I don't clear the waters, my kids wear it, and my grandkids wear it. And then when I come out to be my great-great-great-grandson or granddaughter's child, if they haven't cleared it, then I wear it again. It's a perfect system. We wouldn't want it any other way. So forgive people for what they do.
Yes.
Because we can sit there all day long and say shit about people. Pardon my language. But if they're in your view, it's because of you.
Well, I feel like this whole hangout's about me in a way, Claudio. After what we were talking about before, but yeah.
Look, I have literally many people reaching out, going through the exact same thing, and I'm talking to myself. While I say these words, I know that we talk, we're trying to wake ourselves up too. So I'm talking to me. It's about all of us. This is the revelation we're upon. It's time for us to wake out of our slumber. And the slumber we're in is because we had 2,000 years of free will with the least amount of love. So we accumulated some karma. We made some waves. So now it's only up to us to squash those waves. And I can tell you with absolute certainty that it works, because not only am I seeing the results, I'm seeing people that are getting the exact same beautiful results, some instantaneously. It depends how deep rooted they are, but they just keep doing it over and over again. And some people, oh my God, it's finally happening to me. But it takes simple work. It takes being in the moment. Set a clock every day. When you see the moon, stop. When you see the sun, stop. When you see a sign, stop. And then do that forgiveness process. I realize it's because of me. Forgive me. I give you gratitude for showing me. Thank you for showing me what I need to change, what's mine. I forgive you for delivering it, because if I don't forgive you, then I am not going to cleanse. So I forgive you too, because I don't want you to have karma on you because you were delivering it to me. And then I repaint that we're all hugging, we're playing guitar, we're doing whatever it takes to make sure that everything's beautiful. Because we can imagine our way out of this box after we forgive. So when you practice that over and over and over again, watch your whole world change. And this is a promise.
So it's quite a nice Christmas present to yourself, really, then.
Yeah, the word present and presents with a C-E.
All right, it's a nice presence for yourself.
Yes, it is. It's a presence and a present. That's what Christmas is about. Raising that consciousness, mind up into the head, from the heart chakra up to the head. The love brought to the mind. Somebody said it best. The mind will lie to you all day long, but the body never lies. It's going to give us signs, and everything outside of you never lies. When somebody comes up to you and lies to you, all they're saying to you is, you were a liar in the past, and I'm letting you know that you were a liar in the past. If somebody comes up to you and says and snotty things to you, they're trying to tell you, you were snotty in the past. If somebody comes up to you and says, man, you're so beautiful, you got this great aura around you, beautiful. Oh, now you're the guy on the left, clear waters. That's your guide. Everything is your guide.
Yes, as a whole, though, most of us don't trust. I remember years ago I went for some counselling, and I said something, and then I said to this lady, what did I say? And she went, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And I said all that? She said, yes, but you don't trust yourself. I was just so shocked. I said, what? I said all that? She said, yeah, but you don't trust what you're saying. That's why you go to counselling, because you don't trust your own feelings.
I've just given you the only counselling you ever need in your whole life. Is that
You don't need one of them. You do it yourself. But you have to do it yourself anyway, don't you, Claudio?
100%. You are the goddess of your own world. We're in a hologram, right? It's a mechanical way of saying things, but we are. Every one of us is a universe within itself. You are the goddess of your world. You're not the physical body that you see in the mirror. The physical body, the body doesn't lie. It just tells us what we were like.
Yeah.
But we're not the body anyway. We're that beautiful, innocent child within. When we were a child and we never even felt anything on our body, well, at least most of us haven't. Some people have born with some instant karma as soon as they come out of the womb. But when we can get that feeling of not having that care in the world, that's what we're going to get back to, and you can get that. You can get to that state of mind. There's only now.
Yes, there's only ever now, isn't there?
Right.
But sometimes we do stay in the past, or we want a future, but we're always in the now. And that's
right.
This world we're in doesn't want us to be now. They want you fearful of this past, fearful of the future, but you just need to...
Right, but it's totally up to you.
But you
Nobody
have
else
to
is
be,
doing it.
you have to be you in the now. But
And
most
how to
people
make
don't.
your now better?
Most people
How to
don't
make your
realise
now
that
better?
at all, though. I mean, I'm struggling a bit at the moment, but you know why. But you know, most people don't want. They don't want to be themselves
How
in the
about we say
now.
that how about we say Karen's healing right now instead of struggling?
It feels like struggling,
Because
Claudio.
you keep telling your waters that you want to be in a struggle when you say that word.
Yeah, I know, but until it happens to you, I mean, to be honest, I spoke to someone, I'm not going to say their name, but they were a medium, and I said that I didn't really feel Mickey, and I said all I can feel is this buzzing that goes on in my ears here in the house, not when I'm out. And then he got a bit angry with me, and then a couple of days later, he rang me up. I was a bit upset about the conversation, to be honest, but he rang me up and then he apologised because he said now he knew how I felt because his mum had died. So 9 times out of 10, things aren't always you anyway. They are other people. So what was that karma then? He got the karma back, I suppose. Now he knows how I feel a bit because he's had a loss himself.
Right, because he didn't show compassion. So you guys, a law of attraction, are coming together to show each other that you need to clear your waters.
Yeah.
And if we don't clear the waters, you'll meet another person and then another person and another person and another person, and they'll keep telling you the exact same thing. It's no different than a person goes and gets married 10 times over, and they always end up with the same person in a different body. The messages will continue until we get it.
We're on to this bit on the video now, so we've got the sweeping. She's sweeping.
Sweet.
And the wind cries Mary. She's sweeping.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's Haley Reinhardt, man. She's such a what a powerful voice she is. Yeah. So I took her video and then I put some images. AI is so awesome with making images. It's so freaking awesome. So the wind cries Mary. That's us when we're in this karmic debt and we don't feel good. And we want help. We're crying for Mary. Mary is another word, is mare, and mare means the sea, and it's the sea of love. So we're looking for love, but we don't realize that it's us. We're the only one. We're the only one that can change that. All the mothers of all the past, all those vibrations of love exist out there, and we can tap into. We can tap into it. There is no God outside of us. There's only love everywhere within every atom. That's what Ken Wheeler shows you underneath the ferrocell of a magnet. The atom, the black hole, that's infinite love. It's everywhere. You can't search outside of you for help. When you pray to someone outside of you for help, if you're doing it with loving images of how you want your world to be, it'll work because you're imagining it that way. But one thing that's common amongst all cultures is love. What is God? God is pure love. What is Buddha? Buddha is pure love. What is Brahman? Brahman is pure love. What is Arahant? Arahant is pure love. No matter what you call it, it's not an it. It's pure. It's love. It's the ether. But we got to start calling it love. Because there's only 2 things in life, love and lack of love. There's not levels, there's not dimensions. Like Ken Wheeler states it, and he's 100% right. There's only 2 dimensions, which is really 1. Love, and then manifest where we're at. Because 3 dimensions was man-made. There's only out. 2-dimensional S-curve that comes out, spirals out. The Fibonacci that comes out at the same time, both in the as above and so below. It's beautiful. It's holographic. And we are in each other. We can guide each other home. And it's to love. There's refuge in love.
Oh, that video's finished.
Tap into it.
Claudia, that video's finished. Hang on a sec. Well, I've very much enjoyed that talk that you've just had. Obviously, Claudia knows I've got to do some homework myself, but I think we all have to, all the time,
We
don't
all
we?
have to.
I would like to come back. You said that you had like to do part 2, but maybe we could do that early New Year or something, Claudio.
Absolutely.
And we can put that one out, because obviously, you know, people on my channel like listening to you.
Yeah.
And listening to what you say, and then we've got some homework to do, guys. We're still at, it's like being at school in a way, isn't it?
It's spiritual school now, and it's being demanded of us. We're in the age of Aquarius. Absolutely, every single one of us. No one's an exception.
Thank you very much for coming and doing this, Claudio.
And thank you, Karen. It's always an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah. The words of the song are coming up. That's what you wanted people to see.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song that somebody locally here that wrote, Carol Ann and Michael Greaves.
I think the video, for some reason, sometimes when I record, the video plays quite slow. So it's not playing at full speed somehow. I don't ask me how that happens. It's playing it a bit slower. Is there loads of words to come?
No, there's not a whole lot. But
because we have to stay till the words have come up, because you wanted people to see the words, didn't you?
That's okay. It's okay. They can go grab it off the Light of Tomorrow on our YouTube channel.
Let's just see how it's recording it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's
awesome.
doing it slower, but there's a couple of more minutes. But you think, would you want to stay till this?
That's okay. Yeah, you don't have to finish it. It's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, we are walking in the light of tomorrow. Here's how it starts off. Our friends and lovers are all there. We gather in the light from everywhere. The music has begun. It's beyond loving everyone. We are walking in the light of tomorrow. How beautiful is that?
It says, you can see the light shining bright through the night. Through the night, shining bright. Well, very much, as I said, appreciate that. Claudio's going to send me the steps, aren't you, Claudio? Would you like me? Well, do you think we should try and upload this video and get it out today, Claudio, as it's the 21st, and that's Solstice Day?
You want to do what?
Do you think we should upload it and try and get the hangout out today then, as it's the 21st and Solstice Day?
Sure, that would be awesome.
Okay, it'd be probably a little bit later on, because obviously it has to upload it. But so I might be seeing you later on then, if it does it. If it takes ages to upload, I'll have to do it tomorrow. But hopefully we can get it uploaded and have the hangout today on the 21st. So I appreciate that, Claudio.
No, thank you.
For the hangout then, should we just finish? Because obviously we're going to come back and do another one in the new year. So it's not a goodbye or anything, is it? It's just we're on pause now till January.
Arrivederci. We'll see you again.
But we'll say goodbye off air. So for the hangout, thank you so much, Claudia. Hopefully everybody has got, it's just finished. Let's stop it a minute. Hopefully everybody has got something from this video, understands that you've got to do some homework on yourself. And
thank you, everybody. And again, please forgive me.
And forgive me. Thank you, Claudio, and thank you very much, chat room.
Ciao.